Today we're diving into one of the greatest mysteries of English history, the tragic tale of Edward V. This story has it all: political intrigue, betrayal, and unanswered questions that have fascinated historians for centuries. The young king who vanished under suspicious circumstances, along with his brother Richard, Duke of York. Were they murdered, hidden for their safety, or is the truth still waiting to be uncovered? Let's start at the beginning, with the birth of Edward V. Edward V was born on November 2, 1470, under extraordinary circumstances. His mother, Elizabeth Woodville, was in sanctuary at Westminster Abbey. Why? Because her husband, King Edward IV, was in exile in Flanders after being deposed by the Lancastrians during the Wars of the Roses. This wasn't just a family squabble. It was an all-out civil war for control of the English throne. The boy's birth marked a ray of hope for the Yorkist cause, and that hope would soon be realized. In 1471, Edward IV reclaimed his throne after a decisive victory at the Battle of Tewkesbury. With his power restored, he wasted no time securing his dynasty. He named his son Edward as Prince of Wales, the heir apparent. But little did anyone know, this child's life would be filled with tragedy. Fast forward to April 1483. Edward IV unexpectedly died, leaving 12-year-old Edward V as the new king. The young Edward was under the guardianship of his uncle Richard, Duke of Gloucester, who was appointed Lord Protector. But things didn't go as planned. Shortly after Edward V's succession, rumors began to surface about the legitimacy of his parents' marriage. And here's where the plot thickens. A claim was made that Edward IV had already been secretly married to another woman before marrying Elizabeth Woodville. If true, this meant that Edward V and all his siblings were illegitimate, and an illegitimate child couldn't inherit the throne. The princes declared illegitimate. Richard, Duke of Gloucester, seized on this claim. Evidence was presented and examined, and the marriage was declared bigamous. Parliament officially declared Edward V and his siblings illegitimate, clearing the way for Richard to take the throne as Richard III. But was this charge legitimate, or was it a convenient excuse for Richard to grab power? Historians have debated this for centuries, and the answer remains murky. What's clear is that Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York, were placed in the Tower of London, supposedly for their own protection. By the summer of 1483, the two boys had disappeared. No one saw them again. Some believe they were murdered, possibly on the orders of Richard III, to eliminate any challenge to his reign. Others argue that they were hidden away for their safety, perhaps by allies of their late father. And here's the big question. If they were murdered, who did it? Was it Richard III, desperate to secure his position? Or was it someone else, like Henry Tudor, who later defeated Richard at the Battle of Bosworth and became Henry VII? The mystery of the remains. In 1674, workmen at the Tower of London discovered a set of bones buried beneath a staircase. They were placed in an urn and interred at Westminster Abbey, believed to be the remains of Edward V and his brother Richard. But here's the catch. No one has definitively proven that these bones belong to the princes. Modern DNA testing has been proposed, but has yet to be conducted due to concerns about disturbing royal remains. So, are the princes truly buried in Westminster Abbey, or do their remains lie elsewhere? The mystery persists, leaving us with more questions than answers. Regardless of their fate, the story of Edward V and his brother has become one of the most enduring mysteries in English history. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the fragility of power. And it reminds us that history is often written by the victors. What do you think happened to Edward V and his brother? Were they murdered, hidden away, or is the truth something we haven't even considered yet? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey through one of history's greatest mysteries. If you enjoyed this tale of intrigue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay curious and keep uncovering the secrets of the past.